Two Ladoos and a lesson. I must have been around 9 years old. We lived in the suburbs of Mumbai then, far enough from the city that every trip to downtown felt like a small journey. My father and grandfather ran a sweet shop there, a modest place filled with the smell of milk, sugar, and something always simmering in the background. Every morning my father would leave early and return late at night, his day measured in train rides, customers, and countless cups of tea. During summer vacations, he sometimes took me along. Those days felt special. Riding the Mumbai local trains with him, watching the city wake up, holding on to the metal pole as people flowed in and out. It was an adventure for a child. At the shop, I would spend the whole day, quietly observing, occasionally helping, mostly just being there. The shop had two parts. In the front was the display, the glass counters lined with Ladoos, barfis, pettas, neatly arranged like little treasures. Behind it was the work area, where sweets were prepared, where the real work happened. One afternoon, my father stepped into the back to supervise something. I was alone at the counter when a customer walked in. He looked at me and said, "Two Ladoos." Simple enough. I reached into the tray, picked up two Ladoos with my hand, and held them out to him, just as I would have done at home. The customer frowned. He made a small sound of irritation, not loud, not angry, just disappointed. In that moment, I knew I had done something wrong. I didn't know what exactly, but I felt it immediately. Before the silence could stretch any longer, my father returned. He asked the man what he wanted. The customer repeated his request. Calmly, without a word of explanation, my father picked up a small brown paper bag. He carefully placed two Ladoos inside, folded the bag neatly, stapled it shut, and handed it over with quiet confidence. The customer smiled, paid, and left, satisfied. And just like that, the moment passed. But something stayed with me. I realized then that I hadn't misunderstood the words. The customer had asked for two Ladoos, and I had given him two Ladoos. What I had misunderstood was the context. At home, handing something directly was normal. At a shop, it meant something else. That small paper bag wasn't just packaging, it was respect, it was hygiene, it was professionalism, it was service. No one scolded me that day. My father didn't explain anything out loud. He didn't need to. The lesson was delivered quietly, wrapped as neatly as those two Ladoos. Years later, I still remember it. They say communication has a sender, a receiver, a message, and a context. I learned that context changes everything. The same words can demand different responses depending on where you are and who you are serving. I often wonder if that small moment shaped me more than I realized. In every role I've had since, every responsibility, every interaction, I've tried to remember that lesson. Because sometimes it isn't about what you give, it's about how you give it. And sometimes the smallest childhood moments teach us the biggest truths, quietly, patiently, and just in time.